Welcome to the mathematical session. In this session we shall discuss JEE Mains paper 2019 which appeared in April 8th shift 2 previous year's IIT JEE Mains question paper. Let us start with the solution. First problem, let f of x is equals to a raised to x, a is greater than 0 can be written as f of x is equals to f of f1 of x plus f2 of x, where f1 of x is even function and f2 of x is odd function. Then find f1 of x plus y plus f1 of x minus y. So we all know that every function can be expressed as even function plus odd function, means sum of the even function and odd function. So that is what it is given here. F of x is equals to f1 of x, okay, which is an even function, plus f2 of x, which is odd function. So even function you can write it as f of x plus f of minus x divided by 2, and odd function you can write it as f of x minus f of minus x divided by 2. f1 of x is equals to, it is even function, so even function can be written in terms of f of x minus x divided by 2, okay. f2 of x is equals to f of x minus f of minus x divided by 2. So the first function is even function, the second function is odd function, okay. F of x can be written as a raised to x plus f of minus x can be written as e raised to minus x divided by 2, okay. Next one, f of x you can write it as a raised to x minus f of minus x, you can write it as e raised to minus x divided. Now we will take this and we will go for simplification. f1 of x plus y plus f1 of x minus y, okay. So we will use this identity. Instead of x we will write x plus y, okay. So first one, a raised to x plus y plus a raised to, so minus, if you multiply here, minus x minus y already divided by 2 plus x minus y is there, so here x minus y in place of x, x minus y will substitute, a raised to x minus y plus a raised to, so minus, if you substitute minus x plus y you will get divided by 2, okay. So as you know that LCM is 2, a raised to x, a raised to y plus a raised to minus x, a raised to minus y plus a raised to x, a raised to minus y plus a raised to minus x, a raised to y, okay. So now I will take common, so a raised to y is there, a raised to y is there common, so a raised to y we will take common, so a raised to x plus a raised to minus x, okay. In the next case, a raised to minus y is common, a raised to x I will write it first, then after that a raised to minus x I will write it as it is, okay, whole divided by 2 you can write, okay. So this, if you take common, a raised to x plus a raised to minus x, one part we got. Next, a raised to y plus a raised to minus y whole divided by 2 you got. So I will write the solution here. This part you can write it as, so you shall multiply and divide it by 2 here, so that I can write it in terms of f1 of x and f2 of x if possible. A raised to x plus a raised to minus x divided by 2 into, so I will write the other part, a raised to y plus a raised to minus y divided by 1 of x is, you got this result, so I will write f1 of x. So here instead of x, y is there, f1 of y will get this result, so f1 of y you are getting. So this is the answer we got here, option 1 it follows. Next problem, if z is equals to root 3 divided by 2 plus I into 1 by 2, where I is the square root of minus 1, then find this value. So here to find this value we will use two concepts. One is De Moivre's theorem cos theta plus I sin theta whole raised to n is equals to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, this concept we shall use. So first, what is z? So z can be written as root 3 by 2 plus I into, so this can be written in terms of cos, that is cos 30 degrees plus sine 30 degrees. This you can write, so first we will write z where I into z is equals to, so this you can write I square root of 3 by 2 minus, so I square is minus 1, okay, 1 by 2, so this one value got. So I raised to 5, I raised to 5, how we can write? So I raised to 5 you can write it as cos 5 pi by 6 plus I sin 5 pi by 6. Okay, so 5 pi by 6 you can take quadrant concept, all students take coffee. Okay, so here 5 pi by 6 you can write it as pi minus pi by 6. So it is in second quadrant. So in second quadrant cos is negative pi by 6, and in second quadrant sine is positive pi by 6. So this you can write it as minus root 3 by 2 plus I into 1 by 2. So minus root 3 by 2 plus I into 1 by 2. Okay, now next I into z raised to 8. Okay, so z raised to 8 you can write it as cos 8 pi by 6 plus I sin 8 pi by 6. So this you can write it as cos 4 pi by 3 plus sin 4 pi by 3. Okay, so again here 4 pi by 3 you can write it as pi plus pi by 3. Okay, pi plus pi by 3 you have it in third quadrant. In third quadrant you can see cos is negative pi by 3 and sine is also negative pi by 3. So minus 1 by 2 minus root 3 by 2. Okay, so when I multiply I here, so minus I 1 by 2, so here I square is minus 1, minus 1 minus into minus plus 1 you will get a root 3 by 2. So here we go for addition. So what the value you are getting? 1 plus, so this value we will write 1 plus I into z plus z raised to 5 plus I into z raised to 8. So this value we will find. So if you add all the things, so 1 as it is, so cancellation, minus sign, okay, and here cancellation, minus sign, so minus 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2, so it is nothing but 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2. Okay, so 1 by 2 and write it as 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2 is equals to cos 60 degrees plus I sin 60 degrees. So now we will take this power 1 plus I into z plus z raised to 5 I into z raised to 8 whole raised to 9. Okay, so this is nothing but 1 by 2 plus I into root 3 by 2 whole raised to 9. So if I take whole raised to 9 here also I am supposed to take 9. Okay, if I take 9, what I am getting? 9 cos 9 pi by 3 plus I sin 9 pi by 3. Okay, so here you can write cos 3 pi plus I sin 3 pi. Okay, so this you can write it as cos 3 pi plus I sin 3 pi. Okay, so Sine 3 pi is 0. Cos 3 pi is minus 1. So here option 2 it follows. Next problem. The number of integral values of m for which this equation is given has no real roots. As no real root means b square minus 4ac must be less than 0. Now this is a, this is b, this is c. We'll substitute those values in this, and so b is minus 2 1 plus 3m whole square minus 4 as it is. A is 1 plus m square and c is 1 plus 8m, okay, less than 0. So now we will square it 4 times. If you square it, next if you multiply it inside, you are getting this equation. Now adding thoroughly by 4, you are getting the equation 1 plus n square 6m. So minus n, if you multiply, minus 1 minus 8m minus m square minus 8m cube must be less than 0. So now we will write, first we will cube terms, you will write 8m cube minus 8m cube, no square is there, plus 8m square, 9 plus, okay. Next here 8 and you are getting minus 2m, okay, and minus 1 plus 1 you are getting cancelled, less than 0. So this implies minus 2m if you take common. So 4 times m square minus 4 times m plus 1 you are getting less than 0. So this implies minus 2m. So this is nothing but a minus b whole square formula, 2m minus 1 whole square less than 0. So now you can see this part is positive, this is negative, this has to be positive only to be the whole equation to be negative. So m must be greater than 0. So this implies that m is having infinitely many values. Third option it follows. Next problem. Let the numbers 2 comma b comma c comma be in AP and one matrix is given. So then if determinant of A belongs to the closed interval 2 comma 16, then C lies in the interval, in which interval it lies. So the first concept is the AP, the 3 numbers are given. So we can write this as C is equals to C plus 2 divided by 2. So because 2 comma b comma c are in AP. So and here one identity is there, one problem, standard problem is there in determinants 1 comma 1 1 1 x comma y comma z and x square y square z square. So this determinant value we are getting x minus y, y minus z, z minus x. So we will use these two concepts in simplifying or finding the C interval. Yeah. So here you can see the determinant of 1 1 1 2 b c 4 4 you can write it as 2 square, okay, b square c square. So it is very similar to this determinant. So you can write it as x acts like x y z. So 2 minus b, b minus c, and c minus 2 we are having this value, and this determinant value will belong to this closed interval 2 comma 16. So now we know the b value from here. We will substitute it 2 minus of c plus 2 divided by 2 and c plus 2 divided by 2 minus c. Next c minus 2 belongs to 2 comma 16. So now if you simplify, so 2 minus c you got divided by 2. Next 2 minus c you got divided by 2, c minus 2 and belongs to 8. If you multiply it by 4 you are getting, so c minus 2, c minus 2 minus outside from here, minus outside, minus into minus plus it is, so c from here. So multiplying by 4, so for 8 you got 64 you got. Okay, so this we got here Next, this is c minus 2 cube, it is belongs to 864 it is. This implies a cube. If you take it to the other side, c minus 2 belongs to 4 you can write. Okay. Next, you send 2 to the other side, 2 plus 2 and 4 plus 2. So this implies c belongs to 4 comma 6. Your option 2 it follows. Next problem. If the system of linear equations is a system of linear equation as a solution, means x, y, z values exist and z is not equal to 0. X comma y lies on the straight line whose equation is. So here 3 equations are given. So from first equation and second equation, so you can eliminate z factor. You can eliminate z factor. So that is nothing but x minus 2y plus kz is equals to 1 and 3x minus y minus kz is equals to 3. So if you add this here, this will get cancelled. So my 4x minus 3y is equals to 4. So this implies 4x minus 3y minus 4 is equals to 0. So and this is a linear equation in x and y. Every linear equation in x and y, I always represent a straight line. So x comma y lies on a straight line whose equation is. So this is got which option it follows? It follows the fourth option it follows. Next problem. The number of 4-digit numbers strictly greater than this number 4321 that can be formed using these digits 0 to 5 it is. The repetition of digits is allowed. So we will just fix the places, the unit places, tens places, 100 places, 1000 places. 4, 3, 2. If at all I want to place the numbers here, how many numbers? So it is 1 is there, more than 1 we have to place. So there are 4 numbers. So 4 possibilities are there. So this is one possibility. 1 into 4 is 4 we are having. Next we will place 4 here, 3 here. So what is the possibility? So 2 here, there more than 2. More than 2 means here 3 possibilities are there, 3 numbers. Next here all the 6 numbers can be placed into. So this is one possibility. Here it is 18. Next, now we will place 4 here. So here we have 3 here. So more than 3. So we have only 2 possibilities. Here we have all 6 possibilities. We have all 6 possibilities. Here it is only one possibility. If you go for multiplication, what you are getting? So 72 you are getting. Next, the last possibility we will draw it here. So if you take the, so 4 we have placed. So 5 we can place it here. If you take 5 here, so 5000 is greater than any number, is greater than this 4-digit number. So 6 possibilities here. Here also 6 possibilities. Here also 6 possibilities. So here only one possibility. So this is nothing but 260. So if you add all this, you are getting number of 4-digit numbers strictly greater than 4321. So 4 plus 18 plus 72 plus 260. So if you go on addition, so 0 you got, 0, 2 you got, it is 1 you got, so 1. So 310 is the answer. 310 numbers are there, 40. So your first option it follows. Next problem. If the fourth term in the binomial expansion of, so this expansion is given, is equal to 200, then x is greater than 1. This condition is there. Find the value of x. So to find the fourth term we can write it as t3 plus 1 is equals to 6c3 a raised to 3 b raised to 3. So here what is a here? So a is equals to, so you can write x raised to 1 by 2, 1 divided by 1 plus log of x to the base 10, And what is b here? B is x raised to 1 by 12. So here you can write it as, so 200 fourth term is equals to, so what is this? 6c3. 6c3 is 20. So what is a here? A is x raised to 1 by 2, 1 divided by 1 plus x log x to the base 10, and raised to 3 is there, so 3 we can write it here, and b is nothing but x raised to 1 by 2 into 3, so which you can cancel out and write it. Okay. So now you can go for cancellation. So here 10 is equals to, so x raised to, so 3 by 2, 1 divided by 1 plus x to the base 10 plus, so bases are same, powers to be added. So now we will apply log to the base 10 on both sides. So this power will become multiplication whole into log x to the base 10. Okay. So now here we have 1 here. So now we have LCM. So it is 4 into 1 plus log x to the base 10. So here we are supposed to multiply 6 here plus 1 plus log x to the base 10. So here log x to the base 10. Okay. So this is what we are having here. Cross multiply here. So cross multiply. So 4 we will multiply it inside 1 plus 4 times log x to the base 10. 7, so log if you multiply it inside, 6 plus 1 7, log you multiply it inside log x to the base 10 plus, so log x to the base 10 whole square it is. Now we will write, so first we will write this term log x to the base 10 whole square, 4 log x to the base 10, I will send it to the other side, it is plus 3 log x to the base 10. 4 if I send it here, minus 4 is equals to 0. So here we got one quadratic equation. Log x to the base 10 we will take it to y. So this implies y square plus 3y minus 4 is equals to 0. Here roots are y minus 1, y plus 4 is equals to 0. So this implies y is equals to 1 or y is equals to minus 4. What is y? X log to the base. So this implies, so x is equals to 10 or x is equals to 10 raised to minus 4. So 10 raised to minus 4 is nothing but 1 divided by, which is less than 1 is. So x value is greater than 1. So x is equals to 10 you are getting. So option 2 it follows. Next problem. If three distinct numbers a comma b comma c are in GP and the equation, first equation it is given and second equation, first and the second equation have the common roots, and which of the following statement is the correct one? So these are the statements are given. So first is three distinct numbers a b c are in GP. So if GP is there, so we will have one condition, so b square is equals to ac. Okay, so this is what condition we are having. So now here first equation we will take ax square plus 2bx plus c is equals to 0. So these two equations having same common root. Okay, x is equals to minus 2b plus or minus square root of 4b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square ac divided by a. So here 4 is common, 4 comes outside, and 2 is common, 2 will get cancelled here. Okay, now listen here, we have b square is equals to ac. So this part will become 0. Then x is equals to a minus. So this is one of the root here. In the question it is given the first equation and second equation are having common root. So this whatever the root will satisfy this equation. So therefore d, so substitute in this, minus b by a whole square plus 2e minus b by a plus f is equals to 0. So this is nothing but b square by a square plus it is minus 2eb by a plus f is equals to 0. So what we are having, b square is equals to ac. Yeah, so b square is equals to ac, d by dc by a will get e, 1a will get cancelled, and so this part we will send it to the other side. So 2eb divided by ac, multiplying the entire equation by 1 by c. So d by a plus f by c is equals to 2eb divided by ac. This implies d by a plus f by c is equals to, what is ac? B square it is. So 2eb b square. So 1b will get cancelled. This implies d by a plus f by c is equals to 2 times e by b. Okay, so what does this means? This means that d by a, e by b and f by c are in AP. Which option it follows? Option 4 it follows. Next problem, the sum you have to find. Let s is equals to, we'll put 1 to 10, so 1 by 2 plus 2 into 1 by 2 square plus 3 into 1 by 2 raised to 3, so on up to 20 into 2 raised to 20. Now you can solve this by AJP series it is. So we will multiply by its geometric series. So 1 by 2 we will shift one digit. We will write 1 by 2 square plus 2 into 1 by, so 1 by 2 square plus 2 into 1 by 3 raised to 2 plus so on up to, so 19 into 1 by 2 raised to 20 plus 20 into 1 by 2 raised to 21. So now we will go for subtraction. So now it is 1 by 2s, 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2s, so this is equals to 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 2 square plus 1 divided by 2 raised to 3, so on up to 1 divided by 2 raised to 20. So this series we have here minus 20 into 2 raised to 21. So 1 divided by 2 into s is equals to, it is geometric series 1 by 2s is equals to a is 1 by 2 and r is 1 by 2 whole raised to n, it is n is nothing but 20 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 and the remaining term as it is 2 raised to 21. Next 1 divided by 2s, so you can see 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 gets cancelled, minus 1 divided by 2 raised to 20 minus 20 into 1 divided by 2 raised to 21. So now if you go for multiplication, okay, 2 as it is, so 1 divided by 2 raised to 19, so 20, 1 divided by 2 raised to 20, so s is equals to 2, so 1 divided by 2 raised to 19 if you take outside 1 plus, so 20 divided by 2, which is nothing but s is equals to 2 minus 1 divided by 2 raised to 19 into 11. You got option 1, it follows. Next problem, f from R to R be the differentiable function satisfying this condition, f dash of 3 plus f dash of 2 is equals to 0, and the limit value is equal to what they are asking you. So it is 1 raised to infinity. So if you substitute x is equals to 0, these two will get cancelled. If you substitute 0, denominator also get cancelled. It is 1 raised to infinity form. So 1 raised to infinity form we are having. Okay, in this 1 raised to infinity form, so if a limit of f of x whole raised to g of x as x tends to 0 is there, so this can be written as e raised to limit of f of x minus 1 into g of x as x tends to 0. Okay, this we are writing. So now we will write, so this form it is 1 raised to infinity form, so e raised to limit of x tends to 0 1 plus f of 3 plus x f of 3 divided by 1 plus f of 2 minus x minus f of 2 minus 1 into, so g of x is 1 by x. So next step, so if you take LCM, 1 plus f, so we'll write the denominator as it is, okay, 1 plus this term as it is. So when you take LCM, minus 1 minus f of minus 2, so minus into minus plus you will get, so these values you are getting in the numerators part, okay, 1 divided by x. So e limit of x tends to 0, so minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled. I can write it as f of 3 plus x minus f of 3, so minus if you take common, f of 2 minus x minus f of 2, so here both you have whole divided by the denominator as it is 1 upon x. Okay, now e raised to limit of f of 3 plus x f of 3, so we will take this denominator here x minus f of 2 minus x f of 2 whole divided by x whole divided by 1 plus f of 2 minus x f of 2. So if you apply the limit, you are getting f dash of 3 plus f dash of 2 divided by 1 you are getting, so which is, so how did you get this? So we'll write it here. So what is f dash of x? F dash of x is nothing but a limit of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h as h tends to 0. So now we will replace it by 3 plus h minus 3 divided by h tends to 0. So instead of h you have x here. Similarly, so this one more part I will write it here, f dash of 2, but here minus sign is there, how did you get? So if you replace it by minus sign, here also minus sign, you have to multiply it by minus sign, so minus sign. So here minus into minus plus you got, so this is what e raised to, so whatever the numerator part is 0 is there, which is equal to 1 is the answer. So option 2 it follows. Next problem, f of 1 is given, f dash of 1 is given, but to find the derivative of this. So if you differentiate this, differentiating with respect to x, f dash of x into f dash of x into f dash of x plus 2 times f of x into f dash of x. So now at x is equals to 1, they have asked f dash of 1 into f dash of 1 into f dash of 1, 2 times f of 1 into f dash of x, not x here, it is 1, f dash of 1. So this implies f dash of f of 1 is 1 here into f dash of 1 is 1 into what is f dash of 1? F dash of 1 is 3 plus 2 times f dash of 1 is 1, f dash of 1 is 1, f dash of 1 is 3. So this implies f dash of 1 is 1 into f dash of 1 is 3 into 3 plus 6 you have. So this implies 3 into 3 into 3 plus 6. So it is 27 plus 6, which is nothing but 33. Option 4 it follows. Next problem. Let f from closed interval minus 1 comma 3 to r is defined as, so this is a piecewise function where box of t denotes the greatest integer less than or equal to t. Then f is discontinuous in how many points there are, when 1 point, 2 point, 3 point or 4 or more points. So this function we can rewrite it. To rewrite this function, so we will have to analyze modulus as well as greatest integer function. So greatest integer form minus is there, minus 1 less than x, x less than 0. So then greatest integer function will be minus 1, 0 less than x, x less than 1, then greatest integer will be 0. So 1 less than x, x less than 2, so greatest integer will be 1. So 2 less than x, x less than 3, the greatest integer will be 2, and the last equal sign is there. So greatest integer of, so when x is equals to 3, greatest integer will be 3. So this concept we will use. So when it is lying in this interval, so it is a negative interval we are having. So 0 to, so first interval we will take minus 1 less than or equal to x and less than 0 we will take. So it is negative interval, we have modulus as minus x and minus 1 the greatest integer according to this. The second one, so 0 to x, x to 1 we will take. In this interval the greatest integer function is 0, which we are not writing. It is positive interval x you are getting. The next one, so 1 less than x, x less than 2, so we will take equal. So in this interval, so modulus of x is x it is, so you are getting 2x, x plus x is 2x. So next is 2 less than or equal to x, x less than 3 you are getting. So in this interval, so greatest integer function is 2 you are getting because it is less than 3. So 2 plus x plus 2 you are getting. And the last one, if x is equals to 3, so x plus 3 you are getting. So these are all linear functions, so their graph will be always straight line. Now we shall draw the graph. Okay, first one, minus 1 to 0. So minus 1 is included. If you substitute minus 1 here, minus into minus plus, you will get plus 1 plus minus 1 is 0 you got. So here 0 you got, it is included, so closed dot we will write. Okay, next is 0. If you substitute 0 minus 1 is minus 1, so 0 is not included here, so it is a straight line we are joining. So its equation will be minus x minus 1. Next, so here 0 to 1, 0 is included, 0 if you substitute. So next take okay, so it is included 0 comma 0 you got. Next, if 1 is not included, 1 you substitute here, so you will get 1 here, it is not included. You join this, its equation will be x. Okay, next, here 1 to 2 it is there, 1 is included, 1 if you substitute here, what you are getting? 2 you are getting, it is included. Okay, next, if you substitute 2 which is not included here, 4 you are getting, okay, which is excluded. Okay, so draw a straight line, its equation is 2x. Next 2 to 3 is there, 2 is included, 2, so 2 if you substitute, 4 you are getting, so here it is, okay, it is included. Next, okay, if you substitute 3, 5 you are getting, but 5 is not included, so 5 you are getting, so 5 is not included. So what is this equation? This equation is x plus 2 you are getting. Next, if x is equals to 3, if x is equals to 3, you are getting 6. 6 means where you are getting, it is included. Okay, now they have asked the points of discontinuity. First point, x is equals to 0, here is second point, x is equals to 1, here it is third point, here x is equals to 3. Okay, so totally 3 points are there, only 3 points are there where the function is discontinuous, so third option it follows. Next problem, the height of right circular cylinder of maximum volume inscribed in a sphere of radius 3. So height we have to find. So first we shall draw the diagram. So this is a sphere. Okay, in the sphere we have right circular cylinder. Okay. Now radius. So this is center of a sphere. So this is the radius. So radius of sphere is 3 units. Okay. So now the circular radius, right circular cylinder radius we will take it as r. This is height of the cylinder. So here it is h by 2. Here also h by 2. So this angle we will take it as theta. So here it is right angle. So if you take cos theta, r is equals to 3 times cos theta, and sin theta is equals to 6 times sin theta. So now we all know that the volume of a cylinder V is equals to pi r square h. So V is equals to, so cos theta you can write it as 1 minus sin square theta into sin theta. So V is equals to 54 pi, so sin theta sin cube theta. So differentiate this with respect to theta. So now dV by d theta is equals to 0. So this implies 54 pi. So I will take cos theta common outside, cos theta into it is 1 minus 3 times sin square theta is equals to 0. Okay, so here either cos theta is equals to 0 or 1 minus 3 times sin square theta is equals to 0. Sin theta is equals to 1 divided by root 3. Okay, and cos theta is equals to 0, so theta is equals to 90, which is not possible here. Now I will take a dy by d theta. So this is what the concept is. So once again you differentiate with respect to theta. This you can find the sin theta value. Sin theta value will be, so square root of 1 minus sin square theta, so which is nothing but 2 times root 3. 2 divided by root 3 you are getting. Okay, if you substitute here, what you are getting? 54 minus 54 pi, so 3 as it is. Okay, 4 into 3, 1 by root 3 minus 2 into 1 by root 3. Okay, answer like this. So it is 4 times, it is 2 times, so what you are getting? So here a negative part is there, pi, and here 2 times root 3 by 2, so which is always negative. So if double differentiation is a negative, it has maximum value. So therefore you can write sine theta is equals to 1 by root 3. Okay, so therefore we will substitute in h here. So since we have to find the height of the right circular cylinder, 6 into, so what is sine theta value? 1 divided by root 3. So if you go for rationalization, so root 3 divided by root 3. So what you are getting? So 6 times root 3 divided by 3. So it is nothing but 2 root 3 is the answer. So here option 2 it follows. Next problem. If integration of dx divided by x cube into 1 plus x raised to 6 whole raised to 2 by 3 is equals to x into f of x into 1 plus x raised to 6 whole raised to 1 by 3 plus c, where c is the integration constant and you have to find the value of f of x. Okay. So integration of 1 divided by x cube 1 plus x raised to 6 2 by 3 dx we are supposed to find. Okay, now what we can do, so we will take here x raised to 6 common outside. So if I take x raised to 6 common outside, what you are getting? So it will be so x raised to 4 you will be getting the answer. So 1 by x raised to 6 plus 1 whole raised to 2 by 3 dx you got. So this implies, so if I take it to the numerator, 1 plus x 1 divided by x raised to 6 plus 1 minus 2 by 3. So 1 divided by x raised to 7 dx. So go for adjustment, as in the inner differentiation is nothing but you are supposed to get. So integration 1 by x raised to 6 plus 1 minus 2 by 3. So minus 6 divided by x raised to 7 we will adjust. So minus 6 we have multiplied, here 1 by 6 we have to multiply. So very simple concept, we are having integration f of x whole raised to n f dash of x dx is equals to f of x whole raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. So this concept we will use, so we can write this as 1 divided by x raised to 6 plus 1 minus 2 by 3 plus 1 divided by minus 2 by 3 plus 1 plus integration constant. So this is nothing but minus 1 by 6. So if I 1 divided by x raised to 6 plus 1 whole raised to 1 by 3, so divided by 1 by 3 plus c. We go for cancellation 2 times. So this implies minus 1 by 2. If I take x raised to 6 LCM, what we are getting? So 1 plus x raised to 6 whole divided by x raised to 6 whole raised to 1 by 3 plus c. This is nothing but 1 divided by 2, 1 divided by x square. If I take it outside, 1 plus x raised to 6 whole raised to 1 by 3 plus c. Yeah, so it is nothing but you have to adjust with respect to this part. Okay. So x we are supposed to have, so x we will multiply it here, minus 1 by 2 into 1 by x cube 1 plus x raised to 6 whole raised to 1 by 3 plus c. Okay. This is nothing but x f of x 1 plus x raised to 6 1 divided by 3 plus c. So therefore you can write f of x is equals to minus 1 divided by 2 into x cube. Option 3 it follows. Next problem, let f of x is equals to integration 0 to x g of d dt, where g is a non-zero even function. If f of x plus 5 is equals to g of x, then integration 0 to x f of t dt we are supposed to find. So in this case we shall first of all use the property, the first point. So f of x integration 0 to x f of t dt. Okay, when you differentiate with respect to x, so f dash of x is equals to g of x. So this is first point. And the second point you can see here, so if g of x is given function, then we can write f of x integration 0 to x g of t dt is odd function by integration properties. So we will be using these two properties in simplifying this problem. Okay, next this concept we will use. So one more point is been given, f of x plus 5 is equals to g of x. We will replace x by minus x plus 5 minus x plus 5 g of minus x. So this implies f of minus 5 minus x, g of minus x is g of x because g is even function it is, so g of x. So this implies f of 5 minus x is equals to, so g of x is nothing but initially we have taken f of 5 plus x, we can write x plus 5, we can write x. So this concept we are going to use here. So these three concepts we will be using in simplifying or finding the integration of this. So now we will take this. Now integration x 0 to x f of t dt. Put t is equals to u plus 5. So everything is in terms of x plus 5. So we will take it as u plus 5. So the integration part, what you can write f of u plus 5. So when you differentiate dt will become du. Okay, so when x t is 0, u will become minus 5. When t is x, you will get x minus 5. So these are the limits you are supposed to get. So integration minus 5 to x minus 5. So this is nothing but g of x you are getting. So g of u you are getting du. Okay, so this implies integration minus 5 to x minus 5. So what is g of u? So g of x is f dash of x, that we can write it as g f dash of u du, we can write. So this implies, so if f dash of u integration you can apply here. So into f of x minus 5 minus f of minus 5. So as you all know, f of x is odd function according to this property. So now if you take minus sign outside, 5 minus x, okay, f of 5 you are getting. So now this implies this is odd function, so you can write minus of f of 5 minus x. So this is also a odd function, minus into minus plus you are getting f of 5 you are getting. So this implies f of 5 minus x. So this implies f of 5 minus x is nothing but f of 5x, f of 5 plus x you can write using this property. So using integration we can write here upper limit is 5 and lower limit is 5 plus x, f dash of u of du. Okay, so this you can write it as f of integration of x plus 5 to 5. So f dash of x you can write it as g of u du, you can write. The change of variable you can make it, so t you can write. So u can be replaced by t. So this is what the answer we are getting. Option 1 it follows. Next problem, s of alpha is equals to, so this set is given. So one is parabola and the x condition it is given. A of alpha is the area of a region S of A. If for lambda lying between 0 and 4, this ratio is being given, you have to find the lambda value. So first we shall draw the graph, x axis, y axis. You can see this is a parabola. So this parabola passes through the origin, it opens towards the right hand side. So this is y square is equals to x. Now here x value it is given alpha, so it is a straight line parallel to y axis. X is equals to alpha. We have to find this area. So here x is equals to 0 is there, so we'll start finding. A of alpha is equals to 0 to alpha y dx, it is 2 times. So this implies 2 times integration 0 to alpha square root of x dx. This you can write it as 2 times 2x raised to 3 by 2. So this is what the integration we are having. So 0 to alpha we are having. So 4 by 3 x raised to, so alpha, if you substitute alpha, 3 whole raised to 3 by 2. So this is what we are having a of alpha. So now we'll write it here, this ratio a of lambda divided by a of 4 is equals to, so 2 is to 5. This implies we'll substitute alpha here, 4 by 3 lambda raised to 3 by 2 divided by 4 by 3 4 raised to 3 by 2 is equals to 2 by 5. So this implies, so you can cancel out this part. Now lambda square is equals to, if you send it to the other side, what you are getting, 2 into, so this value is 8 root 5. Okay, now if you send it to the other side, what you are getting, lambda is equals to, so 2 raised to 2 by 3 and 8 raised to 2 by 3 and 5 raised to 2 by 3. Okay, so this implies lambda is equals to, so this you are getting 2 cube will get cancelled and 2 square is 4 we are having. Okay, next here these two, so square if you make it 4 you are getting, so and if you square it you are getting 25. So 1 by 3 is there, 1 by 3 which is, you can write it like this. So lambda value we are having this one. So which option it follows? Option 1 it follows. Next problem, given that the slope of a tangent to the curve y is equals to y of x at any point x comma y is 2y divided by x square, and the curve passes through the center of the circle, and its equation of a curve we are supposed to find. So first we will find the center of this, x square plus y square minus 2x minus 2y is equals to 0. This implies x square minus 2x plus 1 we can add, plus y square minus 2y plus 1. So plus 1 to the other side to balance the equation, x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square is equals to 2 we are having. The center here is 1 comma 1. Okay, the curve passes through this. So now we will take this, what is the slope of a tangent? The dy by dx, so is equals to 2y divided by x square. Okay. So now separation of variables we will take and we will simplify it. We will take here 1 divided by y dy and 2 times 1 divided by x square dx. Okay, so now apply integration both sides. So here you got log of mod y to the base e, so 2 times, so x you are having minus 1 divided by 1 plus c you got. Okay, so this implies, okay, this curve passes through the center at 1 comma 1, so you can write log of mod of 1 to the base e, so 2 times minus 1 divided by 1 plus c. So this implies this is 0, so this is you are having 2, so minus 2 you got, if you send it to the other side it is plus 2. So I'll write it here. Okay, this implies, so this equation becomes minus 2x plus 2. Okay, so take LCM, log x log y modulus of y to the base e, So then minus 2 plus 2x, so it is nothing but x log y to the base e. So if I take the 2 outside, it will be x minus 1. So this is the equation of the curve we are having. Okay, which option it follows? Option 1 it follows. Next problem, the tangent and the normal lines at a point root 3 comma 1 to the circle x square plus y square is equals to 4 and the x-axis form a triangle. Find the area of this triangle in square units. So tangent and normal. So first is the tangent. So to find the tangent, so x square is replaced by x1 and y square is replaced by y1. In the circle equation you will get the tangent equation. So first let us draw the diagram. It is a circle having center 0 comma 0. Okay, so we will draw a circle. The point here is root 3 comma 1. So now the tangent is here. So tangent equation is root 3x plus y is equals to 4. So now its x coordinate will be, if y is 0, what we will be getting? 4 by root 3 comma 0. So this point we got. And the normal to the circle, it is always passing through the origin. So and here it is 90 degrees. So now this is right angle triangle. So right angle triangle here, if you can take O here, tangent point A you take here, you take it as P here. So then the area of a triangle is half into base into height. So 1 divided by 2 into, what is the base? Base is AP. What is the height? Height is OA. Height is the OA. So what is AP distance? So AP distance is equals to the square root of root 3 minus 4 minus root divided by root 3 square plus 1 minus 0 square. So if you simplify, what you are getting? So you will get 1 divided by 3. 1 divided by 3 you got here 1. So 4 divided by 3. So 2 divided by root 3 you got. Okay. So the AP distance you got 2 divided by root 3. Okay. So what is OP? OP is the circle. So circle is 2 units into 2 here. Go for cancellation. The area is 2 divided by root 3. So which option it follows? Fourth option it follows. Next problem. Suppose the points h comma k 1 comma 2 and minus 3 comma 4 line 1, and if a line 2 passes through the points h comma k and 4 comma 3 is perpendicular to L1, then k by h is equals to, we'll draw the straight line. Okay, so this is 1 point 1 comma 2, so this is one more point minus 3 comma 4, this is one more point h comma k. So one more line we shall draw, the perpendicular line passing through this point, and it is 90 degrees. So this is L1, this is L2, and it is having the point 4 comma 3. So it is nothing but a foot of the perpendicular concept. Find the, so what is the equation of this line? So I'll find the equation of this line. So y minus 2 is equals to 4 minus 2 divided by minus 3 minus 1 x minus 1. So y minus 2, so 2 minus 4 x minus 1, cancellation, 1 time 2 times. So if you multiply 2y 4 1 minus x, so this implies x plus 2y minus 5 is equals to 0. So this is the equation of a line we got. Okay, so we'll go for condition h minus x1 divided by a is equals to k minus y1 divided by b is equals to minus ax 1 by1 plus c whole divided by a square plus b square. So here the point, here take it as x1 y1. So here we are having a value, b value, c value. So this implies h minus 4 divided by a value is 1. So this implies k minus 3 divided by b value is 2, and minus, so 1 into 4 plus 2 into 3 minus 5 whole divided by 1 square plus 2 square. So this implies minus 4 divided by 1, k minus 3 divided by 2 minus 5 divided by 5 we got, which is nothing but h minus 4 divided by 1, k minus 3 divided by 2, here minus 1 we got. So therefore h minus 4 is equals to minus 1, and k minus 3 by 2 is equals to minus 1. So this implies h is equals to plus 3, first value we got, and k is equals to 1 we got. They told us to find k by 8, so it is 1 by 3 is the first option, it follows. Next problem, the tangent to the parabola y square is equals to 4x at a point where it intersects the circle x square plus y square is equals to 5 is in the first quadrant, passes through the point. To find the point, so let us draw the diagram. X axis, y axis. So here it is the circle we are having. Next parabola. So parabolic equation is y square is equals to 4x. So now tangent we are having. So here is the tangent at this point. So now we go for calculation part. Now, so y square is equals to 4x and x square plus y square is equals to 5. Substitute y square value in this equation. X square plus 4x plus is equals to 5. So x square plus 4x minus 5 is equals to 0. If you go for factorization, x minus 1, x plus 5 is equals to 0. So this implies x is equals to 1 and 5. Or this value is rejected because it is in the first quadrant. So x value is 1. When you substitute x value in this, what you are getting? You are getting 2. Okay, x value if you substitute in this equation, you are getting y value, that is 1 comma 2 is the point where it intersects the circle and parabola. They intersect each other at this point. So you have to find the tangent to the parabola at the intersection point. So equation of a tangent y y1 2 times a x plus x1, it is the tangent at x1 y1. So here it is nothing but x1 y1 it is. Okay, so now y is equals to 4x, y square is equals to 4ax. So therefore a value must be 1. We will substitute here. So at a point, okay, 1 comma 2 here. So y into 2, 2 into 1 plus x plus 1. Okay, I'll go for cancellation. Y is equals to x plus 1. So this equation we got, this is a tangent equation. So which point it will satisfy? Point you can see, so the third point it will satisfy. Third point we will substitute. 7 by 4 is equals to 3 by 4 plus 1, which is nothing but 7 by 4 is equals to 7 by 4. So option 3 it follows. Next problem, in an ellipse with center as origin and the difference between the length of major axis and minor axis is 10 and one of the foci is 0 comma 5 root 3, then find the length of latus rectum. So here you can see the foci is given 0 comma 5 root 3. So this indicates that the ellipse is a vertical ellipse. You can write the focus 0 comma b. So this is one part of our discussion. Next, the length of the difference of the length of major axis and minor axis. So one more part is given. So 2 times b minus 2 times a, length of major axis minus the minor axis is 10. So this implies b minus a is equals to 5 we got. So this is the one equation we got here. Next, we know the relationship between the major axis, semi-major axis, semi-minor axis and eccentricity. A square is equals to b square 1 minus e square. Okay, a square is equals to b square minus b square e square. So b square minus a square is equals to b square e square. So here you can see from here b is equals to 5 root 3. So this implies b square e square is equals to 75 got. This implies b square minus a square is b minus a into b plus a is equals to 75. So b minus a is 5 into b plus a is equals to 75. So this implies b plus a is equals to 15 we got. So two equations we got. If we solve these two equations, we are going to get the solution. B minus a is equals to 5 and b plus a is equals to 15. Go for cancellation. 2 times b is equals to 20. So b is equals to 10 we got. This 10 value, if you substitute here, a value will get 5. This is one more part. Next, so length of lattice rectum is equals to 2 times a square by b. So this is nothing but 2 times what is a? A is 5 square divided by 10. So it is nothing but so 25 into 2 is 50, 50 divided by, so 5 you are getting 5 units. So your option 3 it follows. Next problem, if the eccentricity of standard hyperbola passing through the point 4, 6 is 2, then the equation of a tangent to the hyperbola at 4, 6. Okay, the equation of a tangent we are supposed to find. First, the standard hyperbola. The standard hyperbola is x square divided by a square minus y square divided by b square is equals to 1. So this is one part we are having. Next, the eccentricity is given. Eccentricity is equals to 2. The relation we are having, b square is equals to a square into e square minus 1. Okay, this is one part. So this standard hyperbola passes through this point. We will substitute it. So 4 square divided by a square minus 6 square divided by b square is equals to 1. Okay, 16 divided by a square, 36 divided by b square is equals to 1. Okay, so from here, so b square is equals to a square. So e square is 2 square minus 1. So b square is equals to 3 times a square. Okay, we will substitute the b square value here. So 16 divided by a square minus 36 divided by 3 times a square is equals to 1. So we can go for cancellation, 12. Okay, so this implies 4 by a square is equals to 1. So therefore a square is equals to 4. We got this relation. Okay, next part. So now the equation of a tangent is nothing but x1 divided by a square minus y1 divided by b square is equals to 1. At what point? At x1 y1 point. So instead of x1 y1 we have 4, 6. 4 x divided by what is a square? A square is 4 minus, okay, y1 is 6. 6y divided by what is b is 3 times a square is equals to 1. So this implies, okay, you can go for cancellation. So this implies x minus y divided by 2 is equals to 1. So this implies 2x minus y is equals to 2. So this is nothing but 2x minus y minus 2 is equals to 0. So this is nothing but equation of a tangent at the given point 4, 6. So which option follows? So option 2 it follows. Next problem, the vector equation of a plane through the line of intersection of planes. So these are the two planes they are given, first plane and second plane, is perpendicular to, which is perpendicular to the plane, is what they are given. So now line of intersection of planes. Okay, so we all know that plane 1 plus lambda into plane 2 is equals to 0. So here it is the first plane and here it is the second plane. So I'll write x plus y plus z minus 1 plus lambda into 2x 3y 4z minus 5 is equals to 0. So now 1 plus 2 times lambda into x plus 1 plus 3 times lambda into y plus 1 plus 4 times lambda into z is equals to, you can write it other side, 1 plus 5 times lambda. So this plane is perpendicular to the which is given plane here. So here the direction ratios are 1 plus 2 lambda, 1 plus 3 lambda, 1 plus 4 lambda. Direction ratios of this plane is 1 minus 1 1 it is. So they are perpendicular. So this direction ratios are perpendicular or plane are perpendicular. So when you multiply it must be equal to 0. So we will simplify it, 1 plus 2 lambda minus 1 minus 3 is equals to 0. So what is lambda value you are getting? So minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. So here we are getting 3 lambda, 1 is equals to 0. So lambda is equals to minus 1 by 3 we got. Okay, if I substitute in this, so 1 plus 2 times minus 1 by 3 is nothing but 1 by 3 we got. Next one, 1 plus 3 into 1 by 3 is 0 we got. Next one, if I substitute here, 1 plus 4 into minus 1 by 3 is equals to, so minus 1 by 3 you got. Okay, so this is what the plane equation we got. So if you substitute in this plane equation, so 1 by 3 x plus 0 into y minus 1 by 3 z is equals to, so one more part we will calculate here. So 1 plus 5 times 1 by 3 is equals to, so minus 2 by 3. So here, so this is nothing but x minus z is equals to minus 2. So which we can write it in vector form. So this implies r dot x is I minus z is minus k is equals to, the distance is 2 here. So you can bring it to the other side, I minus k plus 2 is equals to 0. So this is nothing but a vector form of the plane passing through the line of intersection. So which option it follows? So option 2 it follows. Next problem, if a point r of 4 comma y comma z lies on a line segment joining the 2 points p of 2 comma minus 3 comma 4 and q of 8 comma 0 comma 10, then find the distance of r from the origin. Okay, so here we will draw the diagram. 2 minus 3 4 and here q point 8 0 10. So and here r point we will take 4 y z. So ratio we will take k is to 1. So by section formula, 4 comma y comma z implies k into 8, 8k plus 2 divided by k plus 1. K into 0 is 0, 1 into minus 3 is minus 3, k plus 1. Okay, k into 10 is 10k and 1 into 4 is plus 4 divided by k plus 1. So we will compare the coordinates. 4 is equals to 8k plus 2 divided by k plus 1, and y is equals to minus 3 divided by k plus 1, and z is equals to 10k plus 4 divided by k plus 1. So now this implies, so what is k value? So k value can find, cross multiply. This implies, so k is equals to 1 by 2 you got. So I'll substitute in this. So y is equals to minus 3 1 by 2 plus k, so which is nothing but minus 2 you got, and z is equals to 10 into 1 by 2 plus 4 whole divided by 1 by 2 plus 1. So z is equals to, and go for cancellation, 5, so 9 you got. So 9, so 3 it will get cancelled, times 6 you got. So now we got the r ordinates, we r of 4 minus 2 and 6, and origin is there 0 comma 0, so which we have find distance. So distance is nothing but 4 square minus 2 square 6 square, so root 56 you got. So root 56 can be written as 2 root 14 we can write. So option 2 it follows. Next problem, vector A is given, vector B is given for some real value, some real number x, then magnitude of A cross B is equals to R is possible if which option, the condition of R, or to find the condition of R we have to find. So first we will find A cross B. A cross B is nothing but determinant. First row is ijk, the second row is coefficients of ijk of first vector, so 3 2x. The third row is the coefficients of ijk of second vector, 1 minus 1 1 it. So if you go for expansion, 2 plus x, 3 minus x, minus 3 minus 2, okay, so which is nothing but, so now we are supposed to find magnitude. Magnitude is nothing but sum of the square of coefficients square root it is 2 plus x whole square plus x minus 3 whole square plus minus 5 whole square, so which is nothing but square root of 4 plus x square plus 4x, x square plus 9 minus 6x plus 25 we got. So we have square root of, so 2 times x square, next is minus 2x, 25, 29, 38, plus 38 you got. So plus 38 you can take 2 outside, x square, x 19. Okay, so this is what we got magnitude. So we are supposed to find the range of this x square minus x plus 19. We can write it as x square minus 2 into x into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 plus 19. So it is nothing but you can use a minus b whole square formula. So 1 x minus 1 by 2 whole square, so this you can write it as 76 minus 1 plus 75 by 4 you got. Okay, so therefore you can write, you can take this part, the square root of 2 times x minus 1 by 2 whole square plus 2 times 75 by 4 you got. So this implies square root of 2 times x minus 1 whole square 75 by 2 you got. So if this part is 0, so then I can write the square root of, so if this part is 0, then it must be equal to square root of 75 by 2. So it is square term is there, so it can be greater than or equal to 0, so we will write greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so what is this? This is nothing but magnitude of A cross B. So it is greater than or equal to 75 means 5 root 3 divided by root 2 you got. It's nothing but 5 square root of 3 by 2. So in the question they have given magnitude of vector A cross vector B is equals to R. So R has to be greater than 5 into square root of 3 by 2. So option 4 it follows. Next problem. A student scores the following marks in 5 tests. So this is 5 test marks are given. His score is not known for the 6th test. If the mean score is 48 in the 6 tests, then the standard deviation of the marks in 6 tests. So first we will find the mean. Using mean we will find the last score. So mean is nothing but 45 plus 54 plus 41 plus 57 plus 43 plus we will take the last score as A we will take divided by 6 it is. So this implies, so here we have 48 mean already they have given in the problem. So here how much you are getting? So 240 plus A divided by 6, so which is nothing but A is equals to 48 into 6 minus 240, so which is nothing but 288 minus 240, which is nothing but 48 we got. The last value we got it as 48. So this is one part of the solution. The next part we shall do. The standard deviation, we all know that it is square root of summation of x minus x bar whole square divided by n it is. Okay, number of observations. Okay, so now x is 48 it is. We will have to subtract and square it. So 48 minus 45. 48 minus 45 is 3. So 3 square is 9 it is. 9 plus. So 48 minus 54, 6 square is 36 plus 48 minus 41 is 7. 7 square is 49. We take the difference, square is there, not a problem. Okay, so 48 minus 57, 9 it is nothing but 81. Okay, so 48 minus 43 is plus 25 it is. Last one A value we are having 6. 48 minus 45, 48 is 0. Okay, divided by, so 6 it is there, 6 observation, it is square root. Now square root of, if you add all the things, 200 we got. 200 divided by 6. Okay, you can go for cancellation. So square root of 100 divided by 3 we got, which is nothing but 10 divided by root 3 is our answer. Option 3 it follows. Next problem. The minimum number of times one has to toss a fair coin so that the probability of observing at least one head is at least 90%. Okay, so minimum number of times they have asked. Okay, fair coin is tossed. So the probability of observing at least one head or no head if you take, it is 1 minus 1 divided by 2 raised to whole raised to n. So this is what we have the probability of no head it is. At least one head or no head is one and the same, and it has to be at least means minimum it has to be 90% or it has to be greater than 90%, greater than or equal to. So 1 minus 2 raised to n greater than or equal to percentage, you can write it as 90 divided by 100, which is nothing but 9 by 10. Okay, so if I send it to the other side, 2 raised to n. Okay, so this implies 1 by 10 greater than 1 divided by 2 raised to n. So 10 is less than or equal to 2 raised to n. So for what value of n this inequality satisfies? This inequality satisfies when n is 4, 5, 6, so on. What they have asked? Minimum number of times. Minimum number of times means you have to take n is equals to 4 is the minimum. So you can take maximum infinite number of numbers, more than 4. Okay, so option 3 it follows. Next problem. If the length of the sides of a triangle are in AP and the greatest angle is double the smallest angle, then find the ratio of the length of the sides of this triangle. So sides of a triangle, if you take A is equals to P minus D and B is equals to P and C is equals to P plus D. So here P is first term and D is a common difference. So if capital A is an angle less than B less than C, okay, three angles are there in this sequence. A is less than B, B is less than C. The smallest angle is A and greatest angle is C here. The greatest angle is double the smallest angle. So sine, if you take sine 2A, it is sine 2A, you can write 2 times sine A cos A sine C. This implies sine A divided by sine C, you can 2 times cos A it is. So now according to sine rule, you can write it as a small c divided by small a, and cosine rule we can write b square plus c square minus a square divided by 2bc. So let's substitute these values what we have taken initially. Okay, c is p plus d and a is p minus d 2 times. So b square is p square and c square is p square plus d square plus 2 times pd. Okay, next minus a square means minus p square minus d square plus 2 times pd whole divided by 2 times what is b here, b it is p here, and what is c here, p plus d. So now we go for cancellation. Minus p square plus p square minus d square plus d square, next 2 also it will get cancelled. Okay, so this implies p plus d divided by p minus d is equals to, so now 4 times you have p square, so p if you take common, so 1p is remaining plus 4 times d you got whole divided by p into p plus d we got. Again pp will get cancelled, simplification. So if I cross multiply, p square plus d square plus 2 times pd we got. Okay, if I cross multiply here, p square plus 4pd minus pd minus 4d square I got. Okay, so this implies, so p square will get cancelled. If I bring it to the other side, minus 4d square, so it is 5d square. If I send this 2pd to the other side, I will get 6cd I will get. So 1d will get cancelled. So 5d is equals to p. So this condition we got, 5d is equals to p. So now I will take the ratios. A is to B is to C. Okay, so according to the AP concept, we will take P minus D, P and P plus D. Okay, so what is P value? It is 5D. 5D is nothing but 4D we got 5. So P is nothing but 5D. So P plus D is 5D plus D is 6D we got. D will get cancelled as the same term it is. 4 is to 5 is to 6 is the answer. Option 3 it follows. Next problem. The two vertical poles of heights are 20 meters and 80 meters stand apart on a horizontal plane. The height in meters of a point of intersection from the line joining the top of each pole to the foot of other poles. So from this horizontal plane. Okay, so I will draw the diagram. So this is the horizontal plane we are having. We will draw this vertical pole 80 meters 20 meters. Okay, so they told us to join the top end to the foot of the other. Okay, we will join this. Next we will join these two. So now this height they are asking, find, which we will take it as. Okay, so if you take the total distance apart is A, so this distance if you take it as B, so this will be A minus B. Similar triangles you can use, so you name it A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so if you are naming, so in triangle or triangles ABC and triangle DEC, so you can write 80 divided by H, A divided by A minus B we can write. Next, in triangle BCF and triangle BD and triangle DEB. Okay, so you can write it as, so 20 divided by H, A divided by B it is. Okay, so using these two conditions we can find here. So we'll go for calculation part here. So first one we can write it as 80A, 80B we can write is equals to AH. So this we can write it as 20B is equals to AH. So this implies 80A, 80B is equals to AH is nothing but B20 it is. If you send it to the other side, 80A, this is 100B we got. This is nothing but A by B is equals to 100 by 80. So it is nothing but A by B is equals to 5 by 4 we got. So therefore we use this equation. Therefore 20 by H is equals to A by B. So this is nothing but 20 by H is equals to 5 by 4. So H is equals to 20 into 4 divided by 5. So here it is 4 times. So 16 is the height. 16 units. Your option 3 it follows. Next problem. Which of the following statement is not a tautology? In this case, we shall use the algebraic concept. The first algebraic property is P are always a tautology, and the next one is P implies Q is equivalent to not P or Q. So these two algebraic statements we shall use to find the tautology. So first one, P and Q implies, so using this algebraic concept we can write negation of P and Q, or P we can write negation of P. So if you take negation inside, will become and will become or P it is. So from here you take these two and write tautology according to this. P or negation of Q is tautology, or not Q. Okay, so this implies, so if you take tautology or any statement, it will be always tautology. So this is what the first concept. So first one is tautology we are having. The second one we will take P implies P or Q. So again we will use this algebraic concept. Negation of P or Q we are having. So again we will use these two concepts. So from these two we can write tautology or Q. So tautology or any statement, it will be always tautology. So next statement we will take. So this we can write it as not P or Q, or not P or Q it is. So if you take the negation inside, the or becomes and there, or not P or not Q. So now we can apply the distributive property. So in this direction you have to apply not P or not P or Q and not Q or not P or not Q. Okay, so this is what the distributive property we are having, and not P or not P we can write it as not P or not Q. And so if you take these two concepts, so you can write it as a tautology or not P. So now not P or not Q and tautology of any statement is tautology. So if at all you are getting here true or false, so tautology means it is always true. Okay, the combined statement will be and is there, so it will be true here and here it will be false. In this case it is not a tautology, so option 3 it follows. Thank you everyone.